happy Wednesday. Welcome to this Spurs Boys. Today's video for the Brighton preview that is happening in 3 days. Saturday kickoff 7:30 for us, 12:30 for people in England. As you know, as you can probably see, it's just me today. My brother and my father are not here today. It's just me. And I'm not going to be alone for long, so let's just introduce Mr. Brian Ireland from Tottenham on tour. There he is.
How's it going, guys? How are you? Good to see you, little K. What's happening?
Just on the stream right now with you. So, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Spurs on a roll at the moment, so yeah, it's good times to be a Spurs fan.
Yep. Okay, let's just go. Let's just get on with it then. Okay. How do you feel about the Brighton game?
I feel good. I think the form we're in right now, scoring tons of goals, not letting in a lot of goals in, and a Brighton side who are pretty crap when it comes to scoring goals themselves, means it should be relatively comfortable. So I feel good. I feel very positive.
Yeah, I agree. I feel pretty comfortable too about it. Okay. First question. Who would be the biggest threat on the Brighton team?
Biggest threat going forward is they don't have a heck of a lot. You know, like I said, they don't score a ton of goals. Their wingbacks are Lamptey and Cucurella, I believe is how you say it. They a lot of the ball goes through them. They're dangerous. They can get up the pitch and can cause us problems. Basuma in the midfield, good player as well. Does have an ability to control a game. I don't know how well he's going to do against our midfield, but those are the players that you kind of look at and go, you know, maybe we would take them at Spurs. They don't really have it. Mopé up front, not very good. Not a difficult team to play against, especially in the form they're in at the moment. Despite having just come off a pretty big win against the lot up the road, but yeah, feeling pretty good about it. I'm not too worried about anybody in particular, to be honest.
Okay, I agree too. Second question, how do you think Doherty's injury will affect us during the Brighton game?
Good question. It's an interesting one. Doherty had, he'd been kind of thrown under the bus by Spurs fans, myself included, up until probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago when he started to play the way we expected him to, was contributing with the goals and assists, and was playing some good football, and then, of course, gets injured. I think Royale is going to probably come in and play against Brighton. It's probably not the worst fixture to have lost him initially. For the rest of the season, though, it's going to be difficult because we are going to miss his output and we're going to miss what he was starting to bring to the team, which is exactly what Conte likes. He was playing off the left side, so we do have players in that position with Sessegnon and Reguilon to play in that left-hand side that will offer similar things. It's him on the right and having to play Royale that is a bit difficult, but. I think we'll manage it. I think we have enough to deal with it for the rest of the season with the games we have. I think Liverpool is probably the only one that we're going to be that worried about. So that's the game where I would say that not having him in the side would be a detriment. But other than that, I think we'll be okay.
Okay. Now, who would you rather have on the left back, Reguilon or Sessegnon?
Good question as well. You just spoke of them, and it's an interesting one because I think Reguilon offers a little bit more going forward. Sessegnon is a better defender. In this game specifically, I would probably take Reguilon because we're going to need creativity to break them down. They're going to want to try to play with the ball quite a bit, but Reguilon, he's a better crosser of the ball, and he offers more in the box. Despite his finishing not being that great, I think he has more going forward than Sessegnon does. But it depends on what Conte wants. What Conte wants, Conte gets. I think Conte likes Sessegnon better. Maybe it's an attitude thing. I'm not quite sure what it is, but wouldn't be problematic for me for either one of them because I think they're both going to offer something similar, and they're both good enough against Brighton.
Okay. Me personally, I'll take Sessegnon.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Can you please tell me what you think our starting 11 will be?
Ooh, starting 11. Interesting one because it's kind of picked itself for the last 6 or 7 games. I think because of the injuries, unless there's specific injuries like we have with Doherty, we were just talking about. I would start Royale on the right. There's not really anybody else to play in that position unless you were going to give Bergwijn a shout, but I don't think Conte is going to do that. I think he sees him more as a forward. Yeah. It'd be nice to see it because I think he could play that position really well. But Don't see it all happening. So Royal probably going to start. Obviously, Romero on that right side of the three. I mean, he's been incredible, and I expect him to continue that form. Dyer in the middle has been a leader at the back. He hasn't really put a foot wrong this season. Maybe other couple of moments in a couple of games, but for the most part, he's been that solid leader of our defense. So he stays in that position in the middle. And again, with Davies as well, it's another. We don't have a left-sided center half, so Davies is going to start, and he's also been really solid. Not brilliant, but solid. It just does his job really well, and that's kind of what you need from a player in that position, who's playing defense beside two very good players, and he's upped his game because of it. And we just talked about this. I do think Conte will choose probably Sessegnon to play, but I would like to see Reguilon just because I think what he offers going forward. So we just spoke about in the midfield picks itself as well, as long as they're both fit. Bentancur and Højbjerg, both just up. Bentancur, since he's come in, he's just made the team a lot more fluid as far as our transition game's concerned, just playing better football. Really enjoyed him playing, and Højbjerg's level has gone up playing next to him as well, because there's a confidence level that he has. He doesn't have to do too much work. Coming up against Basuma in that midfield, I think they'll still have more than enough to manage that situation. So that'd be the midfield. And I think, it's pretty obvious the front three picks itself. Sonny coming off a hat trick, Harry Kane. It's Harry Kane. I mean, everything we do going forward comes through him. And of course, Decky has been absolutely fantastic with the goal and assist in the last game, and just offers something completely different on that right-hand side. That front three right now is the best in Europe in a form, and from a form perspective. I know people are going to argue that over time that's not true, and I would agree with that. But right now, there's no better front three with the amount of goals we've scored in 2022. It's an incredible front three, and we're gonna smash them up because of it.
Okay. I agree. Now this isn't really part of the Brighton preview, but how do you think Paratici's ban will affect us? And do you think Conte will walk away because of that?
Paratici's ban, it's a tough one. I haven't read the specific details of this yet, and I plan on doing that today at some point. But my understanding is that there's a chance for an appeal, and the appeal will mean that it won't affect this season or this summer. If that's the case, I'm not that worried about it. Having said that, it's the last thing you want to see is a guy that's important to the squad not being able to do his job properly. And we all know that how important it is this summer to get it right, to make sure we get the right players in and we get the job done. I'm nervous about that. That's even the case, that he's involved in these types of things as well, because corruption in any sport it looks really bad. It looks bad on our club. It looks bad on him specifically. So not happy about it. I don't think it makes Conte walk, or Conte. I think Conte's gonna be upset about it, because obviously it's going to affect him and how we fin. But I think Conte is going to walk because of it. Conte, if we get top four, which I think we will, isn't going anywhere. He's staying with he's going to stay with it at least till the end of his contract. But if he's in the Champions League, he's going to play in the Champions League. If he has a chance to compete for the Premier League, he's going to compete. And he's put the work in at this point to get there, and you're seeing the rewards of the work he's put in. So it's a difficult situation. It's not something we want from our director of football. It's really annoying for us fans, because we're just starting to feel like we're getting somewhere, and then it's a bit of a setback. So but I think we'll get through it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. Because we're in a top four spot, I don't think Conte will leave because of that. I think he'll probably try and win the Champions League for us. So yeah, I agree with you on that one. And last but not least, what do you think the score prediction is going to be?
Score prediction for Brighton. I will probably pick a 4-0. I think going back to your prediction on our channel from last week, which was brilliant, by the way. Did an amazing job. You nearly nailed you got the exact score line, and you nearly nailed all the goal scorers as well, which was impressive. To say the least. I try to predict the games every week, and I rarely get ever remotely close. So I do think because of how good we are right now with in front of the net, it's going to be 4 goals, and it's going to be comfortable.
Okay. Now, who do you think is going to be scoring, and what minutes are they going to be?
Ooh, we're getting specific here. Okay. I'm going to go with a Kane brace, and I'm going to go with Decky's going to score one, and I want to see Bentancur get his first goal for the club. He's been doing really well in the midfield. He's been getting himself into positions, but isn't quite getting far enough forward to do it. But I think he's got it in him. So I want to see him break that duck before the end of the season. As far as when they happen, Kane's going to score first or in early, probably around 8 to 10 minutes. I think we've been coming out pretty strong and pretty quick in most of the games, and I think that's going to continue. And we're going to put Brighton on the back foot, which means they're going to be opened up because they're going to have to try to do something about that. And then I'm going to say, let's say Bentancur scores the second goal around the 35th to 40th minute, somewhere just before the half, kind of to go into that dressing room comfortable, and of course with an ode to make sure that we keep it up. Kane comes out second half, scores another goal, gets his brace. Sonny not scoring this game after a hat trick. I think he's gonna have a quieter game, and they're gonna try to shut him down. And then I think Decky scores the fourth in probably about the 70th minute. I know that's super specific, but hey, you asked for it, and if I get remotely close to what you did in your predictions on our channel, I'd be happy. And of course, we're all gonna be happy if we win 4-0. So it's there's everybody. It's a win-win situation, right?
Okay. So that's it for today. Make sure you subscribe to Tottenham on Tour over there, and make sure you smash the subscribe button down there too for us, 3 Spurs Boys.
Let me quickly interrupt you here, little K, if you don't mind. I want to thank you for having me on, and I want to just let everybody know who's watching this channel. Wicked channel. The boys are great. Bobby's great. It's you guys are doing some great stuff, and I know Brian and I are the first two who've had the honor to be on here, and we thank you for that at Tottenham on Tour. And we will make sure that we get you guys on our channel as often as possible, and we'll promote you guys and get your channel numbers up. And so make sure you like and subscribe, because these boys are going to do some great stuff over the next little while. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Okay. My pleasure.
Bye.
Have a good one, everybody. Cheers. Like and subscribe.